So interphase is the phase that occurs between two successive M phases. During the cell cycle, a number of events that occur, which is nothing but the process of cell division, will take place. So when it is in the resting stage, what did I tell you? The cell will be preparing itself for the division process. So when will the actual division start? It will start in the M phase. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to today's session on a new chapter, that is chapter 10, Cell Cycle and Cell Division. I'm Dr. Divya, Biology Faculty, Vidyashram Pre-University College, Mysore, Temple of Excellence. So we all know that the cell or any organism, a human being or an animal or a plant, it starts from a single cell. Right? If I take the example of human being, say for example the zygote, it is unicellular, right? Imagine how a unicellular zygote inside the mother's womb develops into a fetus, having the legs, the head, the hands and all that, right? It will completely develop into a baby. How is it possible? It is because of the cell division. So therefore, in any of the living organism, the cell division and the process of cell cycle is very, very important. Only if that takes place in an orderly manner, then only the proper state of the living organism can be achieved. So therefore, cell cycle and cell division is very important. So in today's session, we shall discuss about the cell cycle and the different stages that are there in the cell cycle, wherein we'll discuss about the M phase and the interphase. So we shall begin the session. So cell cycle, as the word goes here, it is cell cycle. So cycle means there is repetition of an event taking place. So what is the event that is taking place? The formation of a cell. So we all know that one single cell, say for example, zygote, which is unicellular, how it will become multicellular? That is because one single cell will divide to form two cells. Again, these will divide. Therefore, you will have 4 cells. Again, they will divide. So therefore, next, 8 cells. So like this, the number of cells increases in a particular living organism, right? So this particular process, it is a continuous process that is taking place, that is cell division. And during the cell cycle, a number of events that occur, which is nothing but the process of cell division, will take place. So the sequence of events which occurs when a cell duplicates its genome. So what happens? Do you think when the cell divides, so this is the parent cell. So when this parent cell divides into 2 cells, what happens? Whatever genetic material is present inside the parent cell. So what is the genetic material that is present inside the parent cell? It is the DNA, right? So how will the DNA get distributed into these 2 daughter cells? Because the newly formed daughter cell should also have the genetic material, right? How it gets distributed? It is because of the distribution of the chromosomes. So the distribution of the chromosomes into the newly formed daughter cells will also transfer the genetic material. Therefore, the sequence of events by which a cell will duplicate. So duplicate copy of it is being produced. A copy of it is being produced, which will duplicate its genome, and it also will synthesize all the other cell constituents. So what are the cell constituents that are there? That is other constituents of the cell. They are nothing but the Golgi bodies, the mitochondria, the endoplasmic reticulums, all the cell organelles. All that will also get synthesized, and eventually the cell will finally divide into 2 daughter cells, and the 2 daughter cells will look exactly same like the parent cell, wherein they will have the same copy of the genetic material as that of the parent cell. So this process continues. Why it continues? Again, the 2 daughter cells, which are now the parental cell, they will again divide, forming 2 daughter cells. Again, the genetic material will enter into these daughter cells, and there is formation of the cell organelles and all will take place, and the cycle will continue. Therefore, cell cycle is the sequence of events by which a cell will double its genome, or it will duplicate the genome, and apart from that also it will synthesize the other components of the cell such as the cell organelles, and finally the cell will divide into two daughter cells. This is called as the cell cycle. So therefore, how from a single unicellular zygote, how it will develop into a multicellular organism. That is because of this cell cycle, wherein a process of division of events or a sequence of events will occur, which is nothing but the cell cycle. So here, in cell cycle, there are different phases that occur in a cell cycle. So in today's session, we shall study about the two important phases, that is the interphase and the M phase. So M phase is nothing but the mitotic phase. Again, in the coming sessions, we shall discuss in detail the different types of phases under the mitosis as well as the meiosis. But in today's session, we shall only concentrate on the phases of cell cycle, that is the interphase and the M phase. So interphase is the phase that occurs between two successive M phases. So here, when two successive M phases, that is during the mitosis, so here that is during the M phase. So in M phase, what is there? There is prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase and cytokinesis. So during these events, what happens? The interphase actually occurs. So it represents the phase between two successive M phases, and usually in the cell division, the cells to divide into two daughter cells by undergoing all these events. So what are the events? If it is mitotic, it is prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, cytokinesis. All these events, if it has to complete, it will take about 24 hours. So during this 24 hours of duration, wherein the cell will divide to form two daughter cell, that is, the cell division will last for only about an hour in the 24 hour of the cell cycle. So here the interphase actually occupies the major time, wherein it lasts more than 95% of the duration of the cell cycle. So as you can see, so I told you within an hour cell division will be completed. So in that cell division stage or that cell cycle stage, here interphase occupies the major time, that is 95% of the time the cell is in the interphase state. Rest of the time, it is rest 5%, it will undergo prophase stage, metaphase stage, anaphase stage, telophase, and the final one, the production of the two daughter cells, that is the cytokinesis. So anything, you take an onion peel, stain it and look at it under the microscope, the cells will be in the interphase stage. Why? Because 95% of the time, say for example, if it takes about 24 hours, 95% of the time the cell will be in the interphase stage. It is the rest 5%, the cell will enter into the prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase and the cytokinesis stage. Therefore, it is called as the resting phase. During the interphase, cell division will not occur. The cell would have already divided and it would have been in the resting state. So interphase, though it is called as the resting phase, it is the time during which the cell actually prepares to undergo the cell division process. That is, if the cells has to enter into the actual cell division process during the why cell division process? Because here what happens, the separation of the chromosomes will start, first the thickening of the condensation of the DNA genetic material will start, then the separation of the chromosomes will start, then the chromosomes will start to move towards the corners of the spindle fiber. Next, what happens? A constriction will start to form and then the chromosomes get divided into two daughter cells, right? So therefore, the chromosomes will be split equally into two daughter cells. So if all these events has to occur, then there has to be a preparation. That preparation actually occurs in the interphase stage. So it is the time during which the cell is actually preparing for division by undergoing cell growth and also DNA replication. So DNA replication. So if the daughter cells have to get the same copy of DNA as that of the parental cell, then a replica of the DNA has to be produced. So this replica of the DNA is actually produced in the interphase stage. Therefore, when a replica or when a copy of the DNA is ready, then when the cell divides, the daughter cells will receive the same copy of the DNA from that of the parent. So cell growth, replication, all that will be taken care of in the interphase stage. So once it is taken care of, or in other words, once the cell is ready for division, then only it will enter into the prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase and the cytokinesis stage. So this is about the interphase. So next, in interphases, the one more phase that is there apart from interphase, it is the M phase, which is the mitosis phase or the mitotic phase. So mitosis means we know that it is equational division, right? So when a cell divides, if a cell has 23 chromosomes, then all the 23 chromosomes will be divided into the daughter cells as well. The daughter cells will also retain the 23 chromosomes. It is equational division. So mitosis. So the M phase, which is also called as the mitosis phase, it represents the phase when the actual cell division or mitosis occurs. So M phase is nothing but mitosis. So in mitosis, there are different stages. So after interphase, so interphase, it is the resting phase. So remember, if this is the cell, usually all the cells will be in a resting phase, that is the interphase. So this is the cell, then comes the nucleus, and inside is the genetic material. So the cells are in an interphase. Now it is in the resting stage. So when it is in the resting stage, what did I tell you? The cell will be preparing itself for the division process. So when will the actual division start? It will start in the M phase. So the M phase starts with the nuclear division. First, the nucleus has to divide. So nuclear division, after the nuclear division, it will start to separation of daughter chromosomes. So once what happens, nuclear division will take place, then the daughter chromosomes get separated. Once the daughter chromosomes get separated, it will end with the division of the cytoplasm. Then the cytoplasm will get separated. It is just like this. Two nucleus, then the genetic material gets separated, then the cytoplasm gets separated, and if it is a plant cell, a cell plate will be formed. Now you have one cell here, the second cell here. These cell, again these chromosomes, they will get separated, two nucleus will be formed. So therefore here, this also will divide, this also will divide, 4 cells it will result. That is how the cell division actually takes place. So here the M phase starts with the nuclear division. First, the division of the nucleus. So if the nucleus has to divide, the separation of the chromosomes and all should take place. That you will understand very clearly when we talk about the different stages under the M phase. That is, be it the prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and all. When we talk about that, you will clearly understand. So first, the nuclear division will take place, then the daughter cells will get separated. So when the separation of the daughter cells is happening, the cytoplasm will also get divided, because the daughter cell that is formed should also have the cytoplasm, right? So the cytoplasm will also get separated. So during the process of cell division, the separation of the daughter chromosomes is nothing but called as the karyokinesis. And after the karyokinesis process, the cytoplasm will divide itself into the daughter cells. So that is nothing but called as the cytokinesis. So therefore, karyokinesis and cytokinesis are 2 stages that occurs in the M phase during the cell division. So before all these happens, there is separation of the chromosomes and all that. So those are under the different stages of the M phase. But M phase, you should just understand here, M phase is nothing but it is the phase wherein the actual process of cell division will start, and it is called as the mitotic phase. And in the M phase, when the cell division starts, first the nuclear division will take place. So before the nuclear division, no chromosome separation and all will occur, which you'll study in the coming sessions. But here, nuclear division will occur. After the nuclear division occurs, what happens? The separation of the daughter chromosomes will take place, which is nothing but called as the karyokinesis. After the separation of the daughter chromosomes, the division of the cytoplasm or the separation of the cytoplasm will also occur, which is called as the cytokinesis. So, this is about the M phase. And the interphase, which is also called as the resting phase, it is actually divided into 3 further phases. So, what is that? It is called as the G1 phase or the gap 1 phase, the S phase, which is also called as the synthesis phase, then the G2 phase, which is the gap 2 phase. So, as you can see, the G1 phase, it has the synthesis phase and it has the G2 phase. So, majority 95% of time taken for cell division is occupied, or for cell cycle is occupied by the interphase. So, though interphase is called as the resting phase, here the cell prepares itself for the division process, or the cell prepares itself to enter into the M phase. So, therefore, even though it is a resting phase, the division and all will not take place, but the cell will prepare itself for the division process. So, this is about the different phases of interphase. Apart from that, there is also one phase which is called as the G0 phase. So, one by one we shall learn about all these things. So, first we will start with the G1 phase. So, G1 phase, it is the interval between mitosis and the initiation of DNA replication. So, I told you when mitosis occurs, first what happens? The nucleus will divide, right? So, if nucleus has to divide, before that the replication or a copy of the DNA has to be produced. So, therefore, G1 phase, it is actually corresponds to the interval between, it occurs between the mitosis and the initiation of the DNA replication. And during the G1 phase, the cell is, it is also called as the gap 1 phase. During the gap 1 phase, the cell is metabolically active and it continuously grows, but it does not replicate its DNA. Here, DNA replication is initiated, but complete DNA replication will not occur in the G1 phase. So, I told you, interphase, though it is a resting phase, the cell prepare itself, right? So, what happens during the interphase? Replication of the DNA will occur, and also a copy of the DNA that has to enter into the daughter cells will occur during the interphase, and also the cell begins to grow during the interphase. So, all this will occur. The cell prepares itself for the division process. So, I had mentioned one thing, that is cell grows during the interphase. So, in the interphase, actually it is in the gap 1 phase of the interphase, that is the cell is metabolically active and it continuously grows, but does not replicate its DNA. So, in the G1 phase, the DNA replication will just start, it will just initiate, but the complete replication of DNA will not take place in the G1 phase or the gap 1 phase, but it will only take place in the continuous growth, or the increase in the growth of the cell will occur in the G1 phase. So, this is the first phase of the interphase. So, now here what has happened in the G1 phase? Growth of cell will occur in the G1 phase. So, after the growth of cell, one function is over now. Now, it will move on to the S phase. The S phase, which is also called as the synthesis phase. In this phase, actually, the DNA replication will start, or the synthesis of the DNA will start. So, G1 phase, here growth of the cell will occur, growth of cell. In the S phase, it is the synthesis of the DNA that occurs, synthesis of DNA will occur. How will the DNA get synthesized? It is by a process called as replication. Replication means replica of the DNA, or a copy of the DNA will get produced. So, during this time what happens? The amount of DNA per cell, it will double. Why? Because it is new DNA is being synthesized, or a replica of DNA is being synthesized. Say for example, in a cell, if the initial amount of DNA that is there during the interphase stage, it is 2C, then what happens here? The chromosome number will not increase, but in that particular chromosome itself, the DNA will increase. Say for example, there is a chromosome. In this chromosome, 2C number of DNA is being present. So how much? 2C number of DNA is being present. So here the 2C number of DNA, it will double. What will happen? Same chromosome will be 1 itself. If the chromosome is 1, say in this cell, for example, there is 1 chromosome. So here 2C number of DNA, if it is there, it will double. It will become 4C. Why? Because replica of it is being formed, 4C DNA. But you should always remember, increase in the number of DNA doesn't mean that, or the synthesis of DNA doesn't mean that the chromosome will get synthesized. What will happen if chromosome gets synthesized? Say for example, in human beings, how many number of chromosomes are there in one cell of a human being? It is 46 chromosomes, right? So if chromosome also increases, what will happen? Extra chromosomes will start to form, which will lead to diseases and all that. So therefore here, chromosome number will remain the same. If it is 46, it will remain 46 itself. But the amount of DNA that is there, that will increase. The genetic material will increase, but chromosome will not get increased there. So however, there is no increase in the chromosome number if the cell had diploid or 2n number of chromosomes at the G1. So therefore, even after the S phase, the number of chromosomes remains the same. So chromosome number will remain the same. If it is 46 chromosomes, it will remain 46 itself. But only thing is, the amount of DNA that is produced, it will increase. If here 2C DNA is there, then it will be here 4C DNA. But the chromosome number will remain 46 itself. It will remain the same. Say for example, in animal cells during the S phase, DNA replication will start in the nucleus and the centriole duplicates in the cytoplasm. So here what happens? The centriole will start to duplicate. During the S phase, DNA replication actually begins in the nucleus. Once the DNA gets replicated, then the separation of the chromosomal arms and all that will take place in the later stages. But until then, it is only the replication of the DNA that occurs. So therefore, in which phase of the interphase the DNA replication or the synthesis of DNA will take place? It is in the synthesis phase, or it is also called as the S phase. Next, talking about the G2 phase of the interphase. So G2 phase, here proteins are synthesized in preparation for mitosis while cell growth continues. So in the G1 phase, the cell growth will begin. In the S phase, there is cell growth as well as replication of the DNA. And in the G2 phase, there is cell growth will also continue. Along with that, the synthesis of the proteins will also continue. Why the synthesis of the proteins are needed here? Why? Because these proteins will be utilized during the process of cell division. That is in mitosis phase and all. The proteins that are synthesized, they are needed in the mitosis or in the M phase for the process of cell division. So therefore, here protein synthesis will occur in the G2 phase. Protein synthesis and cell growth will also occur. Here it is only cell growth. S phase, it is cell growth, then DNA replication. DNA replication. So all these will occur. So these are the different phases of the interphase. So next, moving on to one more stage, which is called as the quiescent stage. It is also called as the G0 phase or the quiescent stage. So apart from the G1 phase, the S phase and the G2 phase, there is one more phase called as the quiescent phase or the quiescent stage, which is denoted as G0. So here some cells in the adult animals, they do not undergo any cell division. Say for example, the heart cells. So in the adult human beings, we know that our cells divide, right? The cells divide in a systematic manner. What happens if there is uncontrolled cell division? It will lead to tumor formation and all that, right? So therefore, the cells divide in a systematic manner. But in adult animals, there are some cells which actually do not divide, or they will stop their division after certain time. The best example is the heart cells. So, and also many other cells, they divide occasionally. They don't divide continuously, but now and then occasionally they divide, and these are needed to replace the cells that have been lost because of injury or cell death. So sometimes what happens, our skin, there is a wound in our skin. So that wound should get repaired. So if it has to get repaired, or if that wound has to close or heal, their new cells should be formed, right? How will new cells be formed? It is because of cell division. So in adult animals, there are some organs, say for example the heart, wherein the cell division will stop after certain time completely. Or sometimes in animals what happens, whenever there is cell damage, cell death or cell repair, during that time the cell division will occur. Otherwise the cell division will not take place. So these cells that do not divide further, they exit the G1 phase and they enter into an inactive stage. So why will they exit the G1 stage? They don't have to enter into the S phase and all that. Why they don't have to enter the S phase? Because if they're not dividing, why should they enter into the S phase? There is no need for DNA to replicate, right? If new daughter cells are not formed. Therefore, soon after the G1 phase, that is G1 phase, what will happen? It is the growth of cell, right? Growth of cell. So soon after the G1 phase, they will completely go under rest. They will completely stop dividing. So some of the cells, say for example the heart cells, the cells of the heart, they do not divide further after once they come out of the G1 phase, and they enter into an inactive stage, which is actually called as the quiescent stage of the cell cycle. So some of the cells in an animal, they do not continuously divide throughout the life. They will divide for certain time and they will stop their division. And when will they divide again? Only when there is an injury or they have to replace the damaged cells or the dead cells and all that. Only during that time they will divide. Otherwise they will remain in an inactive stage. So such cells that remain in an inactive stage, or such cells which do not undergo division or stop their process of division, are called as the quiescent cells, and that particular stage is called as the quiescent stage of the cell cycle. So cells in this stage, they remain metabolically active, but they no longer proliferate, or they no longer grow, or they no longer divide. So when do they divide? Only divide when the organisms need so. I gave you the best example of a cut or a wound, one big wound in your hand. How will it heal? How will the new cells get formed there? It is because of the division. So only when there is an injury or something, then only the cells will divide. Until then, they will start to remain in the quiescent stage or in the inactive stage. Only when the organisms need the process of cell division, then only they will become active. So such cells are called as the quiescent cells, and the stage is called as the inactive stage of the cells, wherein the division of the cells will not occur, is called as the quiescent stage of the cell cycle. So these are the different stages that come under the interphase. So after the interphase, so majority of the time the cell is in the interphase. Only during the process of actual division, the cell enters into the M phase, wherein it will enter into different stages called as the prophase, the metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and finally the cytokinesis. Again, cytokinesis, 2 new daughter cells would have been completely formed. Those cells, 95% of the time, they will remain in the interphase. Again, those daughter cells will again further enter into the mitosis phase, wherein the division will start. So therefore, this is how the cell cycle actually continues. And in the interphase itself, there is a phase wherein the cells remain inactive. They will not divide. That stage is called as the G0 stage, or it is the quiescent stage. So this is about today's session, wherein we discussed about the 2 important stages of the cell cycle, which is the interphase and the metaphase. I hope you understood the session very well. In the coming session, we shall discuss in detail the different stages of mitosis, wherein we'll discuss what exactly happens during the cell division stage of prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase and cytokinesis. So we shall meet in the next coming session.